Loss. Any questions from the floor? Shoot.
Well, number one, I mean, look, a hell of a lot different when we came back in.
Yeah, I think if we had sort of had that effort last week, it could have been a different outcome, although I hear Gaels was playing well at half. I don't know how it ended up.
It was tight. I think Western won, but it was tight.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
All right.
Could be wrong.
Yeah, no, our kids played extremely well. I thought that we got some great play from, some individuals who haven't seen a lot of action. I thought that, some guys really did well. Justin got a little flustered there in the beginning. Billy went in. I mean, I think everybody understands now that, as a young quarterback, it's hard to go out there and carry the load yourself. And fortunately, what we did was we gave Justin an opportunity to calm down, get his heart rate back into something that was measurable, and then put him back out there, and I thought he did exceptionally well. I thought he really ran the offense, and there was a difference in the game today. And probably deserved a better fate. He's up against the senior and probably the top dog at quarterback, and I think he scrapped him pretty good. So,
What did he do differently that he didn't do in that Guelph game? And not for the first 3 plays, obviously, the rest of the game?
I think probably just stay calm. I think that, you got to remember with these guys, you come running out there and there's 8,000 or 9,000 people. This is the first time that, everything they do is a play of consequence, big crowd, lots of noise. Last week it was national TV audience, etc. So these things, they have an impact. You've got to get used to playing under those situations, and I think what happened was, I don't think for Justin, I don't think it could have started any worse than it did. So I think he just realized that, if this is the worst it gets, then I'll come back and compete, and that's what he did. So, is that possible? We hit 530 yards. I'm looking at it. I can't believe it. I'm looking at it. Anyway, it's a terrific effort. I don't know. Normally, you win those. So. That's all you got.
How do you feel like this team's getting in terms of being ready to be like sort of? I just keep the phrase Dave Smart always talks about, being a tough out when the time comes. How do you feel they're moving along toward that goal if they end up in the sixth seed and the 3rd?
Well, our goal is to be one of those teams that nobody wants to play at the end of the year, and I think we've almost earned those stripes. Okay, now. Fact of the matter is that just a little bit of competitive excellence, okay, from the start of the game until the end of the game. Like I've, over the past couple of years here, we've had lots of games where we took a slow start, but it was a borderline disaster there today when we got behind by 14, and then we battled back. So as soon as we could sort of go out there and play confidently from the opening whistle to the end, I think we're going to be fine. And I think we sort of grew as a team significantly from last weekend to this one. I mean, there was some big changes there. So,
What can you say about your defense in the Woodsy?
well, they saved us. They saved us. Bailed us out in the first half, and basically held us in. And they had a couple of shaky series to start, and they didn't crawl into a hole either. They just sort of tightened up their chin straps and battled back and held us in, and then all of a sudden it started to happen. It started to go. So it was that was a very, very positive part. So I was proud of the way the defense battled. I don't know what's the. Okay, I see. So is it possible that there's 74 minutes in a game? I'm not sure about that. Looks to me as though the time of possession was reasonable here. So, but there were times in the game. When it wasn't. Okay, I would say in the first half, Ottawa probably had an overwhelming advantage there. I thought when we went down and tied the game, that was a 15-play drive. I mean, I thought that was, when you do things like that, normally you win games. Those are usually like, if you're looking for sort of a swing in the momentum there. But Ottawa's they're a big strike team. I mean, they've got so many weapons, and they do have a well-trained, experienced quarterback who I thought made some really good plays there. So.
The spot for Morrison, were you cool? It's tough for me to see from up there. Were you cool with that? Did you think he didn't get a great spot? there?
All of our guys think it was a very questionable spot, and I thought that the spot on Tom Howe's, I mean, we'll check the film.
Overtime?
No, down here, going in the third quarter.
Okay.
So, you know, we ended up having to punt there, and those were two instances where I thought we had earned the yard. Like if it was within a yard, we'd gone for it.
Yeah.
And if I'd been, and then it took forever to get the ball spotted. Okay, you know, and you got to make a decision, and then they're going to blow the time in. So when they're not giving you accurate information, and I'm on the headphones, and the guy said, well, they haven't spotted, they haven't marked it. And then nobody could believe on our staff, okay, the spot that was made. So, but you know, if you're down there hoping to get the dream spot, okay, to win the ball game, then you know you've done a little bit less than in the day that we need to do. Against a quality opponent, you got to take care of business, and our guys played well today. They played hard. There was lots of emotion. There was lots of good stuff. Okay, some guys, you know, got a little nick, played hurt, and but they really came through in the end. And unfortunately, we just had you know, bad situation there. And got to make your plays, right? Got to make them when they present themselves.
DePrado, anything serious, or is that?
No, I think you could see him back. It could be back next week. I mean, it was very positive. And I knew his will obviously be longer. So.
What about the choice to sort of switch up with the tailbacks for mid-game? Like,
yeah, well,
seemed to be
going into the fourth quarter with a fresh set of legs is a pretty good strategy, actually. And I thought that Jimmy had done well. Okay, I really did. And I just thought that, you know, Granberg has got the great speed. And I thought if we could get the ball to him, okay, in space, that he could turn on the juice and away he'd go. And he did, except it was on the pass play. He made a heck of a grab on that, actually, and then turned on the gears and, you know, got us down there in a position to win. You know, there's another one that he thought he scored. I mean, but they marked him out. So it'll be. Okay. Right on.
Anything else? Dave? Good? Okay, thanks, Pat.
Thank you.